Welcome to In the Kitchen with Just Keep Rolling. I'm Katie.
I'm Ellen. If you're watching us right now, you've probably heard us on our weekly podcast of the same name, Just Keep Rolling, a Harry Potter book movie compare and contrast podcast. As you can see, I'm the Gryffindor host.
And I'm the Slytherin host. Every month we do a cooking show where we go into foods that were mentioned in the Harry Potter series.
For this episode, we're going to be creating what we imagine the hamburgers that Harry and Hagrid ate at the Hamburger Bar, if you read Philosopher Stone, or the Hamburger Restaurant, if you read Sorcerer Stone.
Except, of course, we're making cheeseburgers.
Yeah, because who doesn't love cheese?
Well, yeah. Cheese is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, let's just keep rolling. Yeah!
You suck.
Oh, much better.
Green is definitely more your color.
It's just felt dirty in yours.
To go along with our hamburgers/cheeseburgers, we are going to be making some oven-baked chips. We're making food for about 6 people, so I've already cut 7 medium-sized Yukon potatoes, and I'm just going to prepare the last one for you guys to see. So I always start slicing it in half, and I'm going to cut these in about 1/2-inch size sections to make our fries/chips. And just add them to the bowl. Once you have the potatoes all cut, should have just put them straight in this pot. I'm gonna add them to this pot. I'm gonna fill this with water so that I can bring it over to the stove to come to a boil. We're going to bring this water to a boil and let the potatoes blanch for about 5 minutes.
And while those potatoes are blanching, we're going to go ahead and get our meat mixture set up. We have 2 pounds of ground beef here. And to that, we are going to add my new favorite thing in the entire world, which is my spice mixture.
After me, of course.
Sure. This is, and it smells so good.
It does smell good.
Oh my God.
I've been sniffing it all evening.
So this is paprika, brown sugar, dried minced onion, salt, cracked black pepper, garlic powder, dried basil, dry Worcestershire, which is my new favorite thing that I've discovered, honestly. As some of you know from our previous episode, I loves me some Worcestershire.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit. And then there's also some dry mustard powder in here as well. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a tablespoon for every pound of meat, basically. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons. And you just eyeball it and just mix it in. I'm going to do 1 and then mix, and then we'll do another one. I'm not going to lie, I still don't like mixing meat with my hands.
Should have brought gloves.
I should have.
Because I don't mind. I just get my hands right in there.
Then why aren't you doing burgers?
Because I'm doing the fries.
Oh, well.
Do you want a hand?
No, it's okay. I got it. Ready? Alright, whoop. We're going to do a little bit more because it's a nice mixture, guys. It has such a good flavor to it.
And given the option to add more Worcestershire sauce
Always
to anything, it's obviously it goes for the powder as well.
I also saw a recipe where they added dried soy sauce as well,
Ooh.
which, I mean, I wouldn't mind that either, but dried soy sauce is a little bit hard to find. I mean, you could always also add them as wet ingredients. I prefer not to, just because that messes with the texture of the burger itself. And also, you don't want to do too much with this, because the more you handle the hamburger, the tougher it's going to be. So you're just going to mix it until it's nice and combined, basically. And we are going to make 6 burgers out of this. Alright, so I've made 5 of our patties. This is our last one to make. And it's just shape them into balls and depress them, basically.
She can't say it
I
without
can't.
laughing. She
I
can't.
can't.
It's not, you have no idea how many times I've edited that out of the podcast.
If you guys listen to the podcast, you know she doesn't edit it out very often, and I still say it a ton. So, okay. You want to make them a little bit flatter. They are going to puff up a bit. And one thing that I've discovered is that once you have them formed, if you push down in the center here, make a depression with your thumb a bit, and I found out that that helps them from puffing up too much. So there we have our burgers.
So I have the potatoes spread out on these paper towels, and I'm going to let them sit here for about 10 minutes so they can dry out. This is going to help them get crispier in the oven. Our potatoes have dried out pretty well, so I'm going to add them to a bowl and give them their own seasoning of my special blend. It's not really my special blend. It's actually something my husband and I do, Blue Apron, and every time they send us the Weeknight Hero Spice blend, we get really excited because it lives up to its name. So I figured out what was in that, and I made my own version of that. So I'm gonna, do you mind putting those potatoes in here for me while I get that? So this spice blend has equal parts smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and parsley. And I'm just going to start by drizzling a little bit of olive oil over the potatoes and sprinkling that seasoning all over it. You can just use as much as you feel like it needs. Give it a little sit to get them all nice and coated. Oh my God, can you smell it?
That smells very good.
I love this stuff.
Make a good barbecue rub too.
Yeah. It's a good, and it's so easy. All right. Those seem pretty well coated.
Looks good.
I'm gonna spread them out on this pan. Well, the ones in the middle didn't get as well coated, but it's okay.
It's okay.
They may not all fit here, so I'm just gonna get as many as I can. I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna put these in for about 45 minutes. But can you, while I wash off my fingers, can you add some sea salt and pepper for me? This is just to taste.
Whoop, that was way too much.
Oh, we're gonna have some peppery fries in the middle there.
That was my bad. How's that?
Lovely.
Lovely.
We're gonna let those bake for 45 minutes.
So we have our hamburger buns here, and I literally just brushed them with some butter, and we're gonna put them in our pan. Hear that nice sizzle? Because everybody loves some toasted buns with their burgers. At least I do.
Me too.
They don't take very long. Just a few minutes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start our burgers. Can you hand me the olive oil, please?
Olive oil.
The olive oil, thank you. Just a little bit of a drizzle, because, I mean, there's enough fat in the burgers themselves, so you don't need a whole lot. Spread it out a little bit. These are rather large burgers, so we're gonna need to take them in batches, kind of.
That, and I did not know I didn't have a large enough pan for these large burgers. So we're improvising, because we're hungry. Listen to that sizzle.
A nice sizzle. So you're going to cook these on medium-high heat, depending on your thickness, depending on the kind of meat you use even. They could take anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes per side. But you don't want to flip them too early. You don't want to keep flipping them. You want to flip them once, put the cheese on, and be done with them. You'll see the doneness start to creep up on the side here. When it gets about halfway through the side of the burger, that's when you want to flip. See how we're doing here. Right. Oh, a nice crust on that burger.
You can use whatever kind you want, but we are using cheddar.
Now we're going to put the lid on to steam the cheese a little bit, make it nice and melty, because everybody loves some melty cheese. So now our cheese is nice and melty. Look at that, guys. That is delicious. And we're going to put that on the plate. And it is best if you let it sit and rest for a minute or two, just to keep all the juices in. Beautiful.
So the oven just beeped for the fries. We're about to pull them out, but I just wanted to let you know that we ended up increasing the heat to 500 degrees for the last 5 minutes, and they were in there for 50 minutes total.
They smell really
They
good.
smell really good. They look like they could be a little bit more crispy,
Mm-hmm.
but that's up to you how you prefer your fries. We are hungry
We're
at
just
this
hungry,
point.
guys.
We're going to eat them just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us in the kitchen with Just Keep Rolling. We are starving, so we're going to go eat this. If you want to keep hanging out with us, you can find our podcast on any of your podcasting platforms.
And you can also find us on social media. We're on Facebook at JKR Podcast and Instagram and Twitter at Just Keep Rolling.
If you like what you saw here and want to help us make more content like this, you can go to patreon.com/justkeeprolling, and it'll also get you some extra perks.
As always, any support you can give is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. We hope you see us again. I'm Katie.
I'm Ellen.
And in the meantime, just keep rolling.
Thank you so much. No, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna say first.
You want to cut again?
No, just keep rolling.
Okay.
Oh, you